Well, I don't know about you, but if this carries on much longer, Maud might have a roommate. I think I'm going loopy. Even Chivers is starting to look oddly attractive, which is very worrying. I managed to save Mr. E from getting arrested this morning. He decided to go to the shop to get his racing magazine and a new supply of chocolate raisins. Boy, can that man shovel chocolate raisins down. I'm just glad we managed to get a bumper pack of loo rolls. Anyway, the silly old sod took the "A mask and gloves will keep you safe" message literally. And luckily I just caught sight of him merrily trotting down the drive, naked apart from said mask and gloves, with his bags swinging in the breeze. Sometimes I despair, I really do. Great Aunt Felicity phoned last night. Apparently, Great Uncle Eustace is having trouble with his waterworks. Now, I know Dr. Google can come in handy, but one does have to be careful on the whole word search thing. Entering trouble with the waterworks stroke block pipes is a recipe for disaster. Eustace now has both his legs lagged, not to mention Felicity trying to turn his stopcock off. And I really don't want to go into where she stuck the brush. Anyway, panic over. I've redirected her away from the waterboard site and onto the NHS Direct. Hopefully she'll get him sorted out. The family aren't the luckiest. Eustace's brother Arnold had 2 wooden legs after an accident involving 2 pints of full-fat milk, a red spotted hanky and next door's prize-winning bull. Apparently it was the talk of the village. Full-fat milk? What about the health implications of all that fat? Yeah, don't worry about him having to have all his trouser legs shortened. Anyway, Uncle Arnold, always a resourceful person, fashioned himself a couple of wooden legs from an old table they had in the garage. They were really good actually, hinged at the ankle and everything, and with a lovely mahogany finish. So good in fact that there wasn't much he couldn't do, which unfortunately led to his sad demise, as during a particularly wild party night somebody suggested firewalking. And as always, being one to try something new, he gave it a go and was sadly burnt to the ground. He was okay though, apart from having to be fitted with wheels until they got the other 2 table legs sorted out, although I did question the adding of the casters to the bottom of his new legs at the time. Sadly, I was proved right on a visit to the White Cliffs of Dover. One sneeze and he went sailing over the edge like a human lemming. We never knew what happened to his body, but his legs turned up on a ferry from Calais, which was very strange. Anyway, I think the stress of the lockdown is really getting to Mr. E. He's gone very blotchy. Last night it took him 2 hours to get covered in so much cream that I couldn't even keep hold of him once we got in bed. Well, you know. Anyway, so, have I blushed? It's warm in here. It was like trying to grab a large bar of wet soap. Ruby comes to tell me that Maud has been making biscuits. Don't eat the Garibaldi ones, says Ruby. She heard someone call them squash fly biscuits. Hers are. I think I'll pass on the bickies then. Chivers has helped Mr. E set up his new trampoline in the garden. He's been watching all the fitness clips on the internet, decided he needs to get in shape. Although looking at him, I'm not exactly sure what shape he's aiming for, but at least it keeps him amused. I can't turn my back for 5 minutes. No, Mr. E, eating a 6-pack of donuts while you're bouncing isn't the right way to go, and claiming the raspberry filling is one of your 5 a day is just grasping at straws if you ask me. Anyway, maybe it was the jam, who knows, but Mr. E is bouncing away and all of a sudden a swarm of wasps turn up and are chasing him round the garden. "Throw them the donuts," I cry. "Bugger that," he shouts back. "These cost me £2," and off he goes into the summer house with the wasps in hot pursuit. Anyway, the upshot of it all is that he got Smithers and Chivers to help him take the trampoline inside and set it up in the Great Hall. Now, I definitely told you we got a Great Hall. I'm sure I did. So, there he is, merrily bouncing away, and Chivers says, "Can I have a go?" I'm looking at old Chivers and thinking, if he goes on there, he'll fall to bits, literally. But turns out that Chivers was the under-21 trampoline champion of Grimsby in 1966. So he strips down to his vest and pants. Do you remember at school when you used to have to do PE in your vest and pants if you forgot your kit? I wanted a full PE class in a Liberty bodice. Trust me, rubber buttons chafe. Anyway, on Chivers climbs and starts warming up. Now, I have to be honest and say I was a touch apprehensive at this point, but he seemed to know what he was doing. Why did I say that? It was all going so well until he decided to perform a particularly difficult upward hip thrust manoeuvre, for which he needed a height of 9 feet. Unfortunately, the ceiling is only 8'6", which meant that old Chivers ended up embedded in the ceiling feet first. The doctor says he will recover okay, and he should be back to his normal trouser lengths by 2 weeks on Thursday. Sadly, I can't say the same for my ceiling. Anyway, I'd better go. Things to do. Not many things, really. I'll find something. But in the meantime, whatever you do, keep safe and keep smiling. Bye. Oh, one more thing. Don't forget, subscribe and ring the bell. Thank you.